Thank you for joining us today. My name is Fabián, and together with Alan and Elias, we will talk about environmental concerns, focusing on climate change and the greenhouse effect. Among the main climate concerns we have air pollution, water pollution, soil and land pollution, climate change, global warming, deforestation and logging, increased carbon footprint, genetic modification, effect on marine life, overpopulation, loss of biodiversity, household and industrial waste, ozone layer depletion, mining and light and noise pollution. Greenhouse gases are the type of gases that first absorbs infrared radiation and then actually emit thermal radiation back. This whole process is basically what caused the greenhouse effect. In the absence of the greenhouse effect, this planet would have been much colder and difficult for the human race to survive. An increase in the number of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere results in the greenhouse effect, which ultimately leads to global warming. Global warming is precisely what the name implies. It is the steady increase of the Earth's temperature. Studies show that since the year 1880, the average temperature of the Earth has risen 0.85 Celsius degrees, and this causes an increase of droughts and with it less food and water for animals, malnutrition, dehydration and related disease, famine due to the loss of food crops, mass migration, damage to the habitat, affecting wildlife in the terrestrial and aquatic ecoregion. Dust storms, when droughts affect an area suffering from desertification and erosion. Social unrest, conflicts and wars over natural resources, including water and food. Also, nowadays an increase of contamination and disease are an important effect of climate change to keep in mind. Other countries that have been affected by droughts are Armenia, East Timor, Morocco, Algeria, Zimbabwe, Namibia and Ethiopia, where climate change will have impacts on agriculture, livestock, water and human health. Today, approximately 1 million people, including children under 5, require government and international intervention each year to provide water, a situation that is exacerbated by torrential rains and flash floods.
When energy from the sun reaches the Earth, the planet absorbs some of the energy and radiates the rest back into the space. The Earth's surface temperature depends on the balance between the incoming and outgoing energy. A variety of physical and chemical changes can affect the global energy balance and force changes in the Earth's climate. Some of these changes are influenced by humans. Changes in greenhouse gas concentrations in the atmosphere affect this because the greenhouse gases absorb the energy that radiates from the Earth's surface, radiating it to a lower atmosphere and warming the Earth's surface. Some human activities have led to increase the concentration of greenhouse gases that can remain in the atmosphere. Some of the major long-lived greenhouse gases are the carbon dioxide, the methane, and the nitrous oxide. An activity that produces the greenhouse gases are the agriculture. While the majority of the global warming activities give the carbon dioxide, the agricultural sector emits methane and nitrous oxide. Livestock produce methane as part of the digestion cycle, called synthetic fermentation or coal farming. Electricity and heat production. The burning of coal, natural gas, and oil for the electricity and heat is the largest single source to the global greenhouse gas emissions. The industry. In this case, the greenhouse gas emissions involve fossil fuels burned to have facilities for energy. This sector also includes emissions from chemical, metallurgical, and mineral transformation process. Solutions about this? Sweden is the cleanest and sustainable country in the European Union. Swedes love to be sustainable. They purchase eco-label products and they like recycling used items. This is indeed to the public actual ambition to follow a more sustainable lifestyle. Sweden was the first country that initiated a carbon tax for carbon-intensive fuels like oil and natural gas in the 1995. As a result, the country's dependence on fossil fuels got heavily cut down and possesses the highest percentage of renewable energy in the European Union. So, what can we do? Doing little helps like the underuse of private transportation, walking or biking, or using the public transportation instead of the car will reduce the carbon emissions. Saving the energy, turn off or unplugging your appliances when you don't use it. Try to eat less meat and consume more vegetables or fruits. Reducing or recycling the things we no longer to use to reduce the level of garbage and pollutants.
In the future, with these measures, in a short time air quality will improve in different ways. Reducing the use of public and private transport, preferring to walk or ride a bicycle, will reduce carbon emissions. Even reducing the use of organic fuels like charcoal grills or wood stoves, the amount of pollution will be significantly reduced. Also, by taking care of the forest and planting a greater number of trees, the air quality will improve drastically since the amount of oxygen produced by them will increase. And as energy consumption will reduce, the deterioration of the planet related to the exploitation of its resources will also decrease and the amount of greenhouse gas emission will be less. Besides reducing, reusing and recycling, we will reduce the level of garbage and with it the pollutions. And we must not forget that all this will prevent future environmental problems in the distant future and improve our way of life. But it is up to us to improve our environment from now on.